18 months gone here.
What is that? The harness?
This is the actual harness thing. It was fantastic fun.
How'd you fly through the air so beautifully, Sue?
I know, I always used to think I'd be naff, but it wasn't too bad, was it?
Did you always want to do that or something?
I always did. When I was young and I went to see Peter Pan, and Anita Harris did it. Oh, she was fantastic, you know, because she's so tall and lithe. And I thought I'd love to do that, but I was about 13 stone. No chance, dear. I'd break the flipping wire. But now I've lost a bit of weight. And it was really good. I'd love to do it again.
Actually, you look so different, my goodness, compared to plain Peggy. Look at you, all glam and everything.
Well, I know, I must admit, it's a lovely change to get out of the overall. I am the cheapest actress in the West End. £10 my costume cost. Are you listening, wardrobe? £10 I'm worth. Terrible.
Do you always dress sort of fairly outrageously, though?
Yes, I always have done. Like, do you remember in the hippie days? The bell round the neck going to Tesco's and all that, you know? Clang, clang, clang. They could always see you coming into blonde wigs, red wigs, purple wigs, always. But when I was younger, this was about 16, 17, but I don't bother so much now because, I mean, you know, you see it everyday life now. I think I was about 20 years before my time. It's great.
What, you were the original punk, were you?
Yes. Spunk with punk, or punk with spunk, whatever it was. Something like that.
Well, what is it? I mean, is it a question of really just wanting to look different or, you know, to dress so outrageously?
Well, I think it must be, actually. I think you've got to sort of give your own identity a chance to get out. It's no good like being sort of carbon copy of somebody else if you don't feel like that. I mean, I've always hated crimpling. I can't stand it. It's all this awful thing with bubbles. Do you like crimpling? Oh, God, I bet she's got one on. Have you? Oh, dear. Well, anyway, personally, it's not my taste or anything, but I always love bright colours and this kind of thing. I think it's great. It's all fun.
I know. Well, I'll just ignore the fact that I've got a crimpling dress.
We haven't, have you? No. Oh, no, it's very nice. She looks lovely, nurse.
Actually,
you look great.
Does all of this sort of, I mean, particularly earlier on when you wore weird clothing, did all of that get you into any bother?
Oh, terrible. When I was about 17, I used to go around with a friend of mine who was a drag artist, right? And I used to have to go and help him on with his corsets and everything, you see, and you'd be there. Anyway, when I think back now, God, I don't know how I did it. I was in oh, I'm sorry. I was in these hot pants. Do you remember, for those viewers at home who don't know what hot pants are, and the younger element, they were like shorts, weren't they, with this bib that you had up here and you were pinned in according to how big you were. I was enormous. I was like a bungalow, dear. I was out here. And I thought I was the bee's knees, dear, in this get-up. I looked pathetic. So I went along and he said, right, now my friend is coming to sing a song for you. Well, I was the first girl to sing Ave Maria in hot pants. Ave Maria, looking like this, with I Love Mr. Pink on the front, God.
I remember, though, you telling me that you went into the Ritz for tea one day in all sorts of polka dots and bits and pieces.
Oh, yes,
that was
totally
outrageous.
The Queen. That was when we had the Silver Jubilee, it was, wasn't it? And I had this red, white and blue wig, this red, white and blue makeup, and an umbrella. You know, it's very patriotic. And I went into Fortnum Mason, that was it. And I said, up the Queen. But in a nice way. I didn't mean, you know, to say up the Queen, sort of thing. Up the Queen. And this man said, how dare you? Get out. And I got all stood out, and I said, but, you know, 25 years, I don't care. Clear up. And they're very posh in his top hat and tail, so I just said, I'm not coming in here. I've been back since.
Have you always been this sort of extrovert, Sue?
Yes, in a word. I suppose because I think, you know, life's a bit of fun. I mean, obviously, you've got to take your work seriously and what you do. But, I mean, I think as long as you don't hurt anybody else, you should just go out and do what the hell you want. You know, and if it means that you've got to sort of do it in an extrovert way, that's great. Some people are shy, aren't they? Which is fair enough. I think you've just got to express yourself. I've never been a shrinking violet. Really. Ask me mother.
Well, when you were a kid living at home, were you still this very outward-going person?
Yes, I was, you see, because my mother, she used to work at Players, you know, the tobacco... advertising again. Anyway, she was in at Players' factory, and I used to go and meet her, you see. I was about 16. And I'd be outside waiting for her to come out, and she'd walk past me, and I'd be going, Mother! I'm here, your daughter's here. And she'd say, and I'd follow her all the way home because I looked like a sheep. Do you remember those hideous coats with, you know, looking like a rug? I used to think I looked fantastic. I mean, I must have looked the pits, really, looking back. You know. I used to think I looked great, but she'd walk three paces in front of me and disown me, her own daughter. Terrible it was.
Did you do all the play acting, though, and on all the little concerts and the local drama groups?
Yes, I used to do all that. I used to do, I was the fairy, the usual thing, you know, fairy fell through the cardboard box because I was too heavy to stand on the thing and it didn't reinforce it. My stage debut. I made a right pillock of myself. I am the fairy on the thing, and I went through the box. It was awful. That was my debut, but I went on to better things after that.
So you always went for the laughs as well, did you?
Well, yes, I did, really. Did I tell you about that awful time at the co-op, when you used to work at the co-op?
No.
I was the secretary at the co-op. What's wrong with the co-op? You used to get divvy then, didn't you, in this thing? And I used to be personal assistant to Mr. Keith Pike. Public relations, look at me. Public relations assistant. God, it was so funny. And I used to go around sort of singing to all these old ladies, because they have women's guilds and things like that, you see. And one day, as part of my duties, I used to have to collect the wages. And we were in an annex, as opposed to the headquarters of the co-op, you see. So every Thursday, I'd get my plastic bag and I'd go up on the bus to the cooperative headquarters and I'd say, I've come for the wages. Well, on this particular floor, there was a ladies' toilet, you see, and I was dying to go. So I took the wages in the thing, but he didn't like I took mine out, though, you see. I took my wages out, I sat on the loo counting them. Then I put them on the back of the cistern. And promptly forgot about this money, dear. £5,000 I'd left in the toilet. Well, I didn't know. Dashed down, I said, right, I'm ready for the bus. So I got the bus, got home, and he says, where's the money? I said, it's in my handbag. No money. God, I was terrified, you can imagine. I thought, I've had it now. So I dashed back again on the bus, and the man said, the money's gone. I said, well, of course I know it's gone. I've come back, you fool, you know, to find it. And I said, well, where was the attendant? She was on the toilet. The attendant's supposed to be looking after the toilet. She was on it herself. I mean, some attendant. So anyway, I was frog marched down to the police station, fingerprinted, the whole lot. God, it was a horrible experience. It really was. I was terrified. And then the man said, where have you hidden this money, then? I said, I haven't taken any money, you know, it was awful. And he said, only the thing that happens is we had a bloke last week, he coshed himself on the head, gave himself 46 stitches because he'd hidden this money in the dustbin. Trying to blame it onto somebody else that he'd got mugged. Can you imagine as if you'd stand there like a pillock hitting yourself on the head with an iron bar? I mean, the man must have been out of his head. I couldn't believe it. God, it was awful. So I am now down as nicking this money. Anyway, they never found the person, but it wasn't me. And the worst of it was, though, I was hauled before the guy, the public relations man at the co-op. He came down to see me and he said, don't worry, sir, you'll be fine, everything's all right. And he went into my boss, he said, get rid of her. Two-faced thing. Anyway, I was hauled again before somebody else. I was always hauled before somebody. And he said, right, he said, you've got to pay this money back at £5 a week. I was only on £14.25. I thought, my God, I'll still be paying it off in the year 3000. Anyway, fortunately for me, really, he died the next week. So it was awful. So I never had to pay the money, God.
Other than that, all your hidey-high money would be going to pay the co-op, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, can you imagine? 49 and freezing to death at, Maplin, still forking out this money. God,
Tell me, how did you get the job in Maplin's holiday camp in the first place as Peggy?
Well, my agent is very nice, actually, Richard. Are you there? He's ever so nice, and he said, go along and see David and Jimmy. That's David Croft and Jimmy Perry. And Jimmy also has known Richard for years, you see. The connection, you know, the mafia. So anyway, he said, go up to his house. Well, I went up to his house, and it's a very nice house, very camp, terribly pink and chintzy, you know. And I went to pour these steps, needless to say, it's on the top flipping floor, dear. So I was done in by the time I got to the flipping doorstep. So I got there, and of course I had red leg warmers on. My hair was all sort of done up, you know, similar to what it is now. Sophisticated, sleek, Phyllis Diller style. What are you laughing at? And all these awful colours. And he said, yes, he thought I was a gypsy. We don't want any pegs. I said, I've come for a good job. We don't want any pegs. So I went in and I said, no, I've come for this, you know, this sort of chat and everything about the show. So he said, well, unfortunately, we finished casting. We can only offer 10 major roles. So I said, fine, that's it then. So he said to me, what have you done? The usual thing. And I said, the desert song, and where I started off in the chorus and the Godspell thing. And he said, well, give us another year and we'll see what we can come up with. And I thought, a year? I might be dead. I said, well, can't you make it a bit quicker than that? You know, like next week. So he said, no, ring us back in a year, which my agent did. And then he said, we can offer you the part of the chalet maid. Would you be prepared to play it? And I said, yes. I was thrilled to bits. So that's how I got it, really.